How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Welcome,
Hey,
welcome, welcome
ladies. Welcome to All About Moments.
on this Friday night, right before Mother's Day. Well, happy Mother's Day to everyone, to your moms, to people, to be moms, to just everybody.
Yes,
All right, well, what's what we're going to discuss today?
it's Friday night,
Wait,
and
before we
go ahead.
start, we should like really it's
What?
Friday night, you know.
Okay.
I think it's time for us to really unwind, let our
Mm,
hair down, really
let's,
relax. Grab yourself a drink, whether it's a nice wine or some water. I know I have my water if you're thirsty. Just this is really a time for us to chill. So if you see us munching on some food, drinking our, drinks,
Mm-hmm.
it's a Friday night just to relax because the week has been a lot. It has been a
Yes,
lot.
it has been. Thank God we made it to Friday.
I
Yes.
agree.
Thank God.
TGIF.
Correct. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, we're talking about like self care, relaxing. We made it to Friday. There's been a lot going on this week. I don't know if everybody felt like it's just been a lot to unpack this week. Um,
This week went by fast, I think.
and not fast enough, but but one of the things I saw online was this like video on. Um, well, I saw it on Twitter. It was a statement that Paul Pierce. He's making a lot of statements lately, and I bet everybody has seen this, right? He made a statement about like, there's no point of men getting married. And that's a whole other thing. And then he also made a statement, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. Um, why black women, why he decides to like, why most NBA athletes, go towards white women because black women don't hold them down. Hmm. I don't know what's been going on with him. I don't know who gave him a mic to speak, but I feel like we should unpack that as all of us are black women. And so I wanted us to like maybe have a discussion about that. What do you guys think?
No, I agree. We should definitely. Um, this is going to be an interesting topic. So I know Aisha, I cut you off at the beginning. So ready for you to show your video or show the video.
Yeah, let's see the video first so we can see what we're talking about. While Aisha is pulling that up, it'd be good to see you guys comments in the. If you could comment, I'd like to kind of, this is a community and we want everybody's voice to be included. And so I'd like to
Yes.
hear what everybody thinks. All right,
Yes.
Aisha has the video.
And before we do that, we have to remember we do have a disclaimer. Sorry. We definitely want to make sure, especially when we're going live, we want to make sure we definitely give you all a disclaimer. So, the content that we will be showing tonight is for informational and entertainment purposes only, and it reflects our personal views. We do not provide professional, legal, financial, or medical advice at this time. So, we do encourage our viewers to seek guidance and, with qualified professionals before making any decisions, and always do your own research as well. So, and please note that all the content we'll be looking at tonight is for fair use. So, with that, yeah.
All right,
Do you
Aisha, you got
feel
the
like
video?
why do you feel like men, especially NBA players, get with the white women? Is it because they're easy, quote unquote?
I
And
got some theories, but I really want
I,
to hear it from
I
him.
I do too. I
honestly,
want to hear it
I
too.
honestly think that maybe is they appreciate maybe more and they apologize more.
Listen, I'm scared. Hold on.
No,
Let's hold on.
Yes, I mean,
I had an
they
interview with
they
not the
are
hell.
they
Okay.
Mm. What do you think, Aisha?
Hmm. Okay. So the topic tonight is why do men think black women don't hold them down? So why is we as I don't even black women, okay, we'll say that since we're putting a race to it. Why we don't hold our men down and we're talking about like appreciation, expectations, just he's talking about being apologetic, certain things like that. Um I think because we hold a standard, you know, number one for ourselves. Um, we hold a standard for ourselves, and of course, we don't. Whoever we're with, we're going to hold a standard for them as well. So it's not more so like holding them down, but if you're doing something that is outside of possibly my standard or possibly outside of what I believe, is a no go, then you don't have my support, genuinely. But of course, like if I'm your woman, I'm your, you're doing something right. It looks like you got a good head on your shoulder. You heading in the right direction. I'm gonna hold you down. But I think the narrative of that is, you got a strong black woman and she's willing to take anything, that swing her way, and she's gonna, hold you down. No.
Man, I wish you would have expanded a little bit more on what it means that they apologize and they're more appreciative, right? Um, like in what ways, you know, are black women not? I guess, and I don't want to say all black men think this way. Obviously, some, because they were particularly talking about like NBA players. So, how are black women not appreciated? Like, what has he? Like, he was married before and now he's divorced, and so he may be dating. So, how has he noticed that black women aren't appreciated of him and the things that he's doing? So, I'm not really sure
Um,
how to, yeah.
okay, to be honest with you, I, I honestly I feel like I get tired of people blaming women, you know, for the issues. Men blaming women or black women. We always have to be the strong black woman. I don't know. Like when it's the question you're asking right now, maybe he just had an issue with one woman and now he's taking on all women. I don't think that's fair. That's all I have to say right now because whenever I keep hearing strong black woman, I'm like, not every woman is black woman strong. Like they they're trying to do their very best, and you know women think that they don't hold them down. What does that mean? Like I think some women, a lot of women probably do hold them down, and if they do criticize, I'm sorry, but if you're doing something, that's where I am right now, so I will pause for somebody else. I don't know, I just have some eh, I think it's just unfair that that there's so much negativity, you know.
Yeah, I mean, cause it is you hear like, black women are too hard or too strong or too opinionated or too independent, and we kinda have to be that way a little bit in certain things, but when it comes to the case of like, I guess NBA players, that's what Mary is hitting to, which I have nothing about, I don't know, but clearly they're in the NBA league and they rather date a white woman than a black woman. And I'm not sure about that narrative. I don't know what maybe it could be money. Like he said, they're more, um, apologetic. But I know for what I know right for now in my future and what I see in my culture, black women, we just not gonna take no hunk of junk. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna just take any old body. You know what I mean? You're not gonna treat us any old type of way. And if you want us to be standing beside you on your side, then you have to appreciate us and give expectations that your loyalty is for us. But if you going around want to do whatever it is, then go out there and do that. You know, and then if the person of the opposite sex is more acceptive to that, then that's them. That's just how they accept it.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that that's what all white women do. They would accept, the bare minimum. They would accept their man cheating or whatever the case may be. I think it has a lot more to do than with just they're more appreciative and um, probably a lot to do with colorism. It has to do a lot with power, right? Um, Being that close proximity to whiteness means they have a more close proximity to white men, right? Which gives them more power, right? And so um, I think it's a little bit deeper. Maybe he just didn't articulate that, but I think as we were talking about like that strong like black woman and us not just taking anything and just being so opinionated, are you wanting a partner or a spouse, or you wanted a child? Like you want somebody that you could just run all over, and you wanted someone that you could, it doesn't matter if you want to lead or you want to collaborate with, but we're talking about two adults here, and so um, another adult should just take anything, right?
Right, and
Like,
that's controlling. You don't want
right.
that in a relationship. That's controlling. Whether you're rich or not. You know what I mean? That's not what you would want. You want to hold your man accountable for, their actions. You don't want them to control you. You don't want to be controlled. That's probably why they don't do well with black women. But you can't control no black woman.
I think you can control some black women. It's just how you do it. Like if you're gonna be
Right.
nice and gentle, yeah, I feel like any woman would really
Love and
be ready,
kindness.
love, kind, do whatever. And
Exactly.
honestly, to be honest with
Yes.
you, even though we say they can't control us, let's be realistic. I feel like a lot more. Don't they say? What did I hear? I always hear these random phrases. If you really want a woman to be beside you when you did something bad or wrong, or you need someone to hold you down, you know, a black woman would do that. And that's
Yeah.
unfair. So you
Oh
mean I'm gonna
no.
hold you down when you're in
Mm,
jail? I'm gonna
mm,
hold you down when you're doing something bad?
no.
But because they
Yeah.
rely on black women are strong like that. That's
They
what
do.
Right.
they did.
Yes.
They're very it's
And
not
we're
like
getting
we want
tired of
them to
that.
do
Resilient.
that,
We're getting
but
tired of that struggle love, right? Like,
right.
don't look for
We
me to
talked
hold
about
me down
that.
when we're talking about like,
Mhm.
like we got to go through to show love, to be in love with somebody. We got to go through hell and back. And I'm like, no,
No.
you want to put the other
Right.
girl
And
through
then that
that, so why you
goes
got to
to
put me through that?
exactly. That kind of goes into that soft life. Black women can
Mm-hmm.
be soft and powerful. So not only can I live a soft life, but I can be so powerful to help my man beside me. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
also live that soft life where, he can feel appreciated and his expectations are met as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I mean I definitely agree with that. I don't know. I think like Paul Pierce has been saying a lot, right, lately, about relationships. And I don't think he has the best. He's had the best like role model for relationships. He's obviously has had great experiences within relationships, so he's always going to come from this negative point of view about relationships. I don't know who his ex-wife was, but it's just interesting because I know that he's not the only person that holds this opinion. Like it's not the first time heard this.
Yes, it's not the first time I've heard something like this either, where they feel like white women are more submissive than black women.
More feminine.
More fit. I mean, I ain't never heard that before, but
Mm-hmm.
more
Mm-hmm.
submissive, I would say for sure. Um,
I've heard
it's
it.
just stereotypes. I feel like in relationships, it really is. It's just stereotypes, and um, I have never dated outside of my race. I have never been interested in dating outside of my race. Like I've never thought about it before. I've had people, guys outside of my race been cool, like, that's a cool that, he alright, something like
Mm,
that. But not like interested in like, you know what, I like him. Like I want him to be my boyfriend. Mm-mm. No. I've never been attracted to them. So I wouldn't know, but I think it's a role for everyone.
yeah. I'm all for people finding love where love finds them. Those are two
Yeah.
dissociated adults. So I don't care
Is that
where.
pansexual? Is that what pansexual is?
We're more talking about cultural related, but if we're talking
Cultural.
about like other genders, then yeah, that'd be pansexual. But as it
Is
refers
that
to
a
culture,
sexuality? Someone who's attracted to cultures,
different cultures.
different cultures. That's not a sexuality, is it? Oh,
Mm,
okay.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry, I
No.
said it out loud.
No.
My bad.
I don't think we all should hold ourselves in a box, right? To
Right.
say like I'm only gonna date this type of people. I mean, like it's limited, right? I think you can
Mhm.
find yourself, like you can find love in. And the only reason you're not dating this person because they come from a different background as you, right? Then
Mhm.
you're limiting yourself because if they meet
Yeah.
all the other qualifications and characteristics and morals and values that you hold, but they don't have the same race or the same, you know, um, they come from the same race or background as you, then you're missing out. That doesn't mean that you guys don't have a lot in common.
I've
You try
never
different
like
food, different music, different
yeah,
music.
I feel like I could do that with a person, like with someone. But as far as like, oh, you know what, I think I might be attracted to them. Mm-mm.
So you've never
No.
been attracted to guys outside of your race.
Like, okay, I went to an all black college, of course, but my high school was mixed, and I I didn't have no issue with other races, white guys or whatever. We would get along very well, actually, but it wasn't like what. I think me and Timmy. I think I like him. I think I think I'm gonna give no. Like he might have. Mm-mm. I don't know about that, but that's never like. I guess it's never just gotten to that part. You know what I mean? Just and I just probably would turn because I'm not interested. I don't. I mean, it wouldn't matter now because my husband is black. So
Mm. You, Abby?
Me, I was open. I was open to all races.
okay.
Like I think the only thing is though, it's so funny. I think what attracted me was more because it's where you stay. You know,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
know when I was living in another state, a lot of the people around me were more Caucasian. Like,
Mhm.
so we all were loving our Caucasian, and even Indian, Hispanic, you name it. I don't think I've ever really, because I think too, it's like with my friends as well. I never really I did not try to put myself in a box with friendships as well. Maybe other people, maybe not all races was attracted to me, but I didn't say no to even
Right.
religion too, funny enough.
Mhm.
Because I did actually get to know somebody who was from a totally different religion than me. Obviously,
Mm.
when we were starting to get a little serious, we stopped. This was in college, and we realized like, we're both not going to change our religion, and there's some things in his religion I was not willing to do, and he didn't want to force that on me. So it's like, okay,
Right.
you know. So
Well, I
Wow.
like that. I like that.
Hey.
Just being an adult, and recognizing like early on,
Yeah. So
you don't need to go.
adventurous.
You don't need to go much further. I mean, I've
mhm.
dated guys from like other backgrounds than me.
What you have?
And married too.
Oh yeah, I've been married.
What?
Yeah, like
You went all in.
I went dating some South Asians and you know, South Asian white guys, Latino,
Lord have
yeah,
mercy.
Black African
Wow.
Americans, guys from the continent Africa, like
Mm.
yeah, I don't have no problem.
I feel I don't feel like I've been in a box because it's never been a thing for me. Like that's not. I'm not saying I've not been open to like if I met someone who was, maybe, but God just never had them cross my path, so I just didn't. And not to say that I would be closed off to them. Like I would be open. I just never had the opportunity, and I'm okay with that. I'm
And
fine.
it's okay. Not I don't think everyone does get, whether we like it or not. Not everyone gets that opportunity or gets themselves
Yeah.
close to that situation or area. You know,
Yeah,
I
I mean, I've
let
met
yeah,
people, like friends, encounter, work or
correct,
different things, but for
right.
you to get as close as like a relationship or intimate or something like that, like,
And not everyone's like that. And so what I did was though, and my family always teases me because they're always like, you for some reason want to know everyone's culture around you, because to me, I think I intentionally did that. I intentionally put myself in situations, well, not situation, in areas where I was forced to say hello to people and all that. So that's why it gets me a little annoyed sometimes when they say, "Oh my gosh, black women are too hard, too strong," and I'm like, "Well, I've seen other cultures where the women there are strong too, and very hard." So I don't.
absolutely. And
So
also, I mean, and men, they, I want to say, men, they could unappreciate any women. I mean, it don't matter what your race is. It does, honestly.
hello,
So you,
don't they
it doesn't
date?
matter.
Don't
Men
some of
are
them?
they're gonna unappreciate you.
Yeah,
That's just what they're gonna do.
some of
Sorry.
them have like a wife and a girlfriend and
Come on.
another,
Okay, a
relationship
side
somewhere.
chick.
And
Right.
didn't they say in certain states? I don't want to fault Georgia or anything or Atlanta, but some people have. I don't want to say it's Atlanta, but some men, they have their wives, their fake girlfriends, then their boyfriends. Like, gosh, jeez, Lord, there's a lot going on
Oh,
there.
oh, that's another episode, Abby.
We already talked about polyamory, Abby.
Right? No, I'm saying no. It's not polyamory. This is separate. That
Well,
none of
because
them
they
know
because
each
they
She
other.
talking
cheating.
about my man is your man and his man,
It's his
and they
Hmm.
on the
business.
weekend.
And that
Well,
no one
and that's what
knows.
I'm saying. Like, if that's what he wanted, as long as he found people that were accepting of that and was okay with it, there are women that are like the
No,
younger people. They're okay with that. I know a lot of
no,
young kids who would date somebody who's
That's
bisexual.
another
no.
episode.
The thing is, though, it's saying that they don't know.
That's
That's
what
a
I'm
big
saying.
thing,
Like, if they were honest about it,
right?
if they
Okay,
could
if
be
they were
honest,
honest, yeah.
But
yeah.
they're not going to be honest about it because they don't want to tell. They don't want to mess up their families.
Hmm.
Well, but I think that's what I'm saying. There are like the new generation is like expanding that where people are more comfortable. Women are more comfortable with dating a bisexual man, and men don't feel like they have to hide. Which I would rather be out, rather you be out and about and let me know so I can make a decision versus you hiding.
Right. Tell me so I can break up with you.
Well, does that
Exactly.
keep you as a strong woman because you held your man down with
You
all
being his
his,
beard.
yeah.
Look, look, I know I've had some clients that are dealing with that. And I said, you have to make a decision. Like, you don't have to stay with somebody. If that's not what you signed up for,
That's
then you need
yeah.
to leave.
That's imposter syndrome.
By the
You
way,
are
y'all
you being
is
an imposter.
this is easier said than done. Saying you need
That's
to
true.
leave, just like the same thing
That's
with
true.
strong women. So that's what, again, another thing that surprises me is they say that black women leave a little quicker. I don't think so. I think that we'd stay as long as we can. You know,
That's true. We stay until the wheels fall off,
I think
And that's a
so.
problem, right?
and that is a
That
problem.
Because you're
is.
getting pulled and dragged into that struggle of if
That's
there's we
right.
can talk about like being committed and working on your relationship, right? And having hope, right? Versus like recognizing that you need to leave. You're only being you
Abuse,
like you being emotionally abused. This is over with. This is done
neglect.
for.
Come
Like this
on.
person does not love you. There's no returning back. Like
Yes.
you have to find that out. And so
Then let
like
it go.
yeah, you gotta let that go, right?
Yeah.
There's other people out there. And so no, I'm all for like being committed and working through a relationship. But there are times where you gotta be like, nah, I gotta go.
Mhm.
This ain't for me. Um, well, and kind of going on to that notion that we were talking about, that stronghold, the man down. Do you feel as like black women, are we naturally less nurturing?
Less?
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like, because they're
No.
saying we don't hold it, we don't appreciate, and all these other things.
I
Like
think
I've
we are
literally
most
heard a term that
nurturing.
black women are, because that strong black woman notion of being that hyper independence makes black women seem less feminine, right? And femininity has a lot to do with nurturing. That makes a difference between men, right? And so if we're the strong black woman, then we would also be sometimes considered less feminine, but less nurturing.
Well, I don't think we are less nurturing. I think we are nurturing at its best, honestly. You know, I feel that we protect our children and our family at all costs. Um, I know I don't I think mothers speak out above all. I mean women, we have the most activist programs. You see women have women's right doing the most advocating for our men and our children. So I don't think that's the case that we're less nurturing. I think we are at its best, nurturers for sure. And supportive. Look at Beyonce. Mama Tina is up there on Beyonce's concert and she got a book tour. That's support. That's nurturing. Okay.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I don't know how we would say who's more nurturing, who's less nurturing. I think if you're talking about like, and I'm not saying as a whole, black women are in this state, right? This could be any woman. I think if anytime you put people in a state of survival mode and having to survive and being in a crisis, that it can make them less emotionally available because they're needing to survive, which may come off as like they're less nurturing, less appreciative, but it's because of the environment that they're in. And so, you don't have time to show those things, be emotionally available, show your love and appreciation when you're in survival mode and you're just trying to make sure the basic needs are being taken care of. Sometimes that may go out the window. That is not exclusive to black women. That's just trauma, stress, 101.
Yes, I agree. Um, I will say that just because women are silent doesn't mean that they are not supporting. You know, just because black women are silent doesn't mean that we're not supporting. Love isn't proven through pain. We're supposed to be there. It's supposed to be nurturers. And black women can be soft and be powerful, and that all people should respect women, especially black women. But all men should respect women. And I mean in that case, also with that being said, understanding that women when to say no as well, when to back up, because I do know that some women, we can hold our men back, especially our young boys, because we love them so much and we want to see them do something, we want to protect them. So I don't have, I have a stepson, so I could, relate to wanting to like make sure that he acts a certain type of way so that certain people could, be appreciative of him, because you're kind of protected of, your young black women. So we kind of maybe in that case, yeah. So you feel what I'm saying? Do I understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Okay, but yes, something like that. when it comes to being black women.
Amy, you've been quiet, making faces.
Yeah, because I just am not a fan. Continuously, I will say it. Not a fan of people thinking that black women do not hold their men down. Not a fan of thinking that there's and honestly, I think maybe we need to be specific. Are we talking about African American women? Are we talking about African women, Caribbean women? Like, because I think this is just very not everybody. It's not. It's not, you know? That video we just watched really just the women, what did he say? Sorry, could you repeat what did he say in the video?
You said that black women are not appreciative.
Yeah, he
Appreciate
said that white women appreciate, like, or they apologize more. That's what he said.
Appreciate and apologize.
apologize more. But then if you think about it, but a lot of black women are there when the men start off their journey, right? Some of these men, just some men, they start off their journey becoming famous. And then when they become famous, what happens? What do? They drop their it's several of these actors. Even wasn't there one in Grey's Anatomy? That fine one with the beautiful eyes? His wife held him down for years, saying, "It's okay, babe. You got this," you know? Then he became famous, motivated him, paying for the bills, held him down, appreciated the little things he was able to give her. Then he became famous. And then what? He dropped her for some Caucasian, whatever, you know? What? He did. Yes. I don't know if they're still
Well,
together,
girl, he
but
half
stuff like that.
Caucasian, so that's part of his race.
But but the no, but the thing is though, why didn't he struggle with her? Why didn't he struggle with a Caucasian?
Because
Exactly.
sometimes they
Why did he
don't.
hold down?
Because
Because they
sometimes
didn't look at
they
him when
don't.
he didn't have any
Yeah, they
money.
sure not. They ain't gonna hold
So
you down when you
so the
get down the board. And as he talking about NBA players are more likely to like hold you down, appreciate, be accountable. I mean, you're in the NBA. Who
but the
ain't
thing is though,
gonna be around
exactly,
in
anybody
the
be
NBA?
trust and believe you. If you're in the NBA with me, I will suck it up, close my mouth, and you got this, boo. You got this. I would do that too. If you're giving me millions of dollars, give a chance to a woman who with the millions of dollars. You don't think she'll close her mouth and support you? Come on. It's just it doesn't make I think the thing is we're noticing is that you pick up the black woman when you're low, when you're starting off. She helps you out, or maybe she doesn't. I'm just saying for some, helps you out, builds
She
you up,
pick up the pieces,
pick up the pieces, cleans
uh-huh,
you up, dusts you off, makes so people see how beautiful you really are.
upgrade you.
Exactly, and
But
then
this
you don't think
Yes.
is
they
And
appreciate
then
you?
put you
but
on
this is why.
display so
But
that
look,
some other woman can
this
pick
is
you
why
up.
we had the what our last episode was about building a man, right? And that's what we have the whole conversation about. You taking an opportunity to build a man, and because you can see, you know, progress in him. You can see a future with him. You can see him. You know, he's not at his best right now, but you can see that. You're hopeful of that. You're helping him build that, and but
Okay,
recognize that there's no guarantee that he may stay with you.
yeah.
He definitely could use you and take and you know build up until he becomes whoever he wants to be and decide to leave. Or
And,
like Ryan Coogler, he always talks about how his wife bought his first like software for
mhm.
screenwriting or something like that. You know, they're still together. He's very appreciative. He's always talking about how she held him down when he didn't have anything.
I'm just saying, I just think it's just very unfair. That's all it is. And then they say they're not appreciative. Well, they're struggling with you. They're there with you when you had nothing. They're there with you when they were sleeping on the floor. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense to me when some people say, I remember when we were sleeping on the floor together, in this small, tiny little apartment. And then now you're in a big one. And then you kick her out? Would somebody from a different race sleep with
That's
you on the
why it's
floor?
important to have your own. Have
No,
your
but
own.
and then when
Don't
they say
rely
that,
on.
why do black women don't appreciate
Have your own.
matching energy? Okay,
Well,
maybe I
I'm
guess the
big on matching
question
energy. I'm
I
big on
think
matching energy.
a big question we should ask is what's the difference between appreciation and expectation then? Because me personally, I'm thinking I'm appreciating everything that somebody's given me. I may not show it the way they want me to, but I am appreciative.
So
But
we
again,
appreciate
like
people
I
for the
said,
basics.
If you give me $1 million, trust and
Yeah,
believe. My
but
You're
that's
gonna
what
do
we
whatever
were
appreciation.
they tell you
saying.
to do.
That's what
But
we
that's
were
the thing.
saying.
He's
Like, what is
saying
appreciation? Like, what does he mean by black women are
he mean
less appreciating? He didn't say exactly what he meant by that. What are we
exactly.
supposed
He
to be
didn't.
appreciating? Like, what exactly are we appreciating you for doing the basics? Right? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, you didn't cheat, or you want to appreciate you for that. Like, you
Right.
supposed to cheat.
Yeah. If you're doing
You
the
know what I'm saying?
basics, I don't. I
Like,
mean,
what's
okay,
that?
thank you for not cheating, but thank me for as well for not
You're
cheating.
cheating, right? So it's
Like,
like, but I think yeah, you do need to be appreciative in a relationship, right? You need to be
of
like,
course,
And have
both ways.
expectations as
of
well.
course. Oh, have
Yeah.
expectations. Come on now. A lot of us don't have. Okay,
No, what's a lot of those
a
expectations?
lot of people have
I expect.
expectations.
Oh
Go ahead. I mean,
no, no, you go ahead.
yeah,
I
you should
expect you to
have.
be respectful. I expect you to treat me like a lady so that
And
I
if they
can
don't,
appreciate you.
if
Those
they
are my
don't, then what do you do?
expectations.
If they don't treat you like a lady, what do you do?
But then they probably expect me to, in return, give them things as well, right?
Correct. Yeah, it
Okay.
goes
And
both
you want me to
ways.
appreciate you, and you want, and vice versa. So, yeah, I got expectations.
And I agree
I'm
with someone who just
sorry.
sent a comment right there. Like, I agree that the major issue is most women, black women hold these men down and not build themselves. I agree. I
That's
think
why I
it's
said
self
you gotta
esteem
have
too.
your own. I
But the
said you
thing
gotta
Yeah.
is,
have your own. Yeah.
no, but
Mhm.
you have to think about it. Who was it? Was it Obama? She really held her man down. One thing, that small little tiny apartment that in her book they said
But
they were like
she,
small little.
but she held him down like
In
she supported
Chicago.
him, but she still was working too. It wasn't like she
Correct.
was holding him
That's what I'm
down and was
saying.
following him behind. So there's nothing wrong, and he held her down. But it's
Exactly.
mutual. It's not like that's what I
That's
think they forget. Like, how is this
bingo.
mutual?
Hmm.
You know, you have I hold you down, you hold me down. And what? Okay, let's clarify. What does it mean to hold somebody down?
What do you mean? What is it to hold somebody down? Y'all
Well,
don't
I
know how
mean,
to hold
I
somebody
need some
down?
clarity on that. What does that mean?
What do you mean?
I mean, to be totally committed, to be faithful to that person while they are going through a situation, while they are in the process of something, holding them down, whether it be jail, whether it be jail, whether it be, I don't know, a new job,
I'm
a
sorry.
new going back to school.
Whether it be jail,
It can scale from, yeah, I mean,
whether it
if
be jail,
somebody go to jail, I mean, God
Mm.
forbid, God,
I mean, that's
like
up to
what about
everybody,
like the
and everybody
Chrisleys?
has their own
but
like.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
so you're
Everybody has
telling
their
me if
own.
I'm gonna start off with you and you're doing this, holding you down, and then all of a sudden you become rich, like this guy in the video, which is so annoying. They're not appreciative. Give I keep saying it. Give me $1 million. Give that woman $1 million. She'll be appreciative.
Not
And maybe
necessarily.
the thing too is
Just
maybe
just because you
Money
give me
appreciation.
a
brings
$1 million
happiness,
doesn't mean you can
Abby,
walk
and
all
you
over
know
me.
that.
Pause. Did you guys say that money does not bring happiness?
I said it. Yes,
I
and
no
I
no
don't have no
no no no.
money.
I never said
Whoa.
money. Hold on, let's clarify. I never said money doesn't bring happiness, but it doesn't mean because you got $1 million that you can do whatever. Because what I'm gonna
Right.
take,
That's
I'm
what you
not
because what
just
you
saying
gotta
said.
be
Oh, you give me
smart. That's what
$1 million and I'm
$1 million.
happy.
I'm gonna
No,
make
I'm
sure
not.
I'm gonna make sure I invest in that because one
Exactly.
day that
No,
million
because
dollars may
that does
stop,
not bring me
right?
happiness.
One day that $1 million may stop. So you don't want to just be living off your man and don't
this.
have your own and make sure you pocket some of that money. Don't be spending it on new cars and
You guys must
pieces
have
and
a
If you
million
get a
everything.
dollars
million, you
hidden
gotta flip
somewhere.
it.
Because I'm
Something.
gonna like, you gotta invest that because he can, like I said, he can decide he
Exactly.
want to move on to a younger
And then
model. I'm gonna
that
make that
will
million to
make you
$10 million.
happy. That's what you're
That's what's gonna
saying.
make me happy, not this little
Yeah,
scrubby
yeah,
million dollars
that
you
would
just
make
gave
me
me.
happy.
Okay then.
If I
Well,
take
Whoa.
this $1 million and be fruitful and multiply it,
yes,
yeah, now I'm happy. But if you
right.
just, oh, give me $1 million and
Keep
you
me
want me to
quiet.
cater to you and give you expectations and appreciation and $1 million, no, bump that. No,
No,
that's not gonna make me happy.
that's not gonna happen.
Well, to me, I would appreciate my man with or without money. I think that's to summarize it on
Oh,
my
that's so
end.
sweet. That's so
Like,
sweet, Abby.
I've seen so many situations, and the thing is, though, the only thing I say is, if I'm gonna be with you in the gutter, and when we're in
Yeah.
that mansion, we're sticking in that mansion together.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I said. You can say that. Everybody
But it,
says that. That doesn't guarantee that that's going to happen, right? So it
right, but
always is important that like you are all. I think even what the viewer was saying is that you got to not just financially, but you also got to take care of yourself. You can't get so involved in your man and helping him build that you forget about you, right? That you forget
it
to
may,
take care of your own emotional, mental health, financial needs as well, physical needs, right?
y-
Because if that man decides to leave you, even if you got the money, but your mental health in the shot and your physical health in the shot, because you too busy trying to build him, make sure he was taken care of, you ain't gonna be able to spend that money for too long.
And that's why men think black women don't hold them down.
I think so. Yeah.
Because we got a secret stash.
No, no, not secret stash. No, but I think that's why they think we're not holding them down.
We
We're just
hold
so
it
focused
back.
on
That's
them.
what Mary just told us. She said, if you ain't got nothing for yourself, if you
You
ain't
ain't
got
got
nothing for you,
to. Shoot.
okay.
I met too many women who, yes, they may have taken care of them, but he up and leave. And we're even talking about NBA players. We can just talk about regular middle income,
Right, just
maybe
regular
a little bit
women.
higher income, working class people, and they worked and they stayed home as women, and their man left them, and now they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do because they've been out of the job force for 10 years, and it's
Right.
hard to find a job. You know how hard it is to find a job, even if you got a job. Now
You know
find one
those
when you've
women
been
in
out of the
training
job
ain't
for
never
10
touched a
years.
computer in 10 years.
Right,
And they come trying to come back to a business job and they don't know
right,
what to do. They don't know check no email.
right. They
They
don't
having
got
mental
no
breakdowns.
right. They miss out on a lot, miss out all the training, all of the new development, and they don't have a social security because they've been waiting on their man. Yet they haven't put any money in the system yet. So
That's
what they
right.
gonna retire on?
Well, I
You
mean,
better hope your man take care of you.
with what you just said, no wonder women don't appreciate the men when they leave because they
I'm
just screw them over. But
I'm
one
just
Oh
thing,
and
yeah.
yeah, I'm not saying they will leave, but I'm just saying
no.
you have to take care of you as well as also supporting your man, and he needs to be taking care of you, and vice versa. He needs to take care of himself. I take care of myself. We take care of each other.
Okay, then I have a question. Can we be strong? Because everyone keeps saying the soft life and strong black women. So are you saying we should be strong and soft at the same time?
Yes, yes.
Well, then that's hard sometimes. Being a woman is
I
so
give,
hard.
I give
Jeez.
up. I can't be strong and soft.
I mean, soft. I don't think soft means that you're not strong, right? But I think also you
That's
got to be
true. That's
strong
true.
too, right? Like you got to be resilient. You can't fall to pieces all the time and expect someone to help pick you up. You got to also be able to pick yourself up and take care of what's needed, right? Like
Yeah.
fully just completely blindly putting yourself and relying on somebody is a scary play. And I think that vulnerability is great, but you also need to be making sure what's happening, right?
That's right.
Like, I've counseled women who don't even know like what bills got to be paid, right? Like how much money do they have? Like, you know, well, I don't have a bank account. Like, how am I gonna leave my spouse? If they abusing me,
That's right.
I mean, yeah. So yes, I'm just saying, like, you still got to take care of you. So yes, there's got to be
Hmm.
some strength and strongness, and like, initiative. You got to take care of you too. You can't put all in your kids and your spouse.
That's
And
right.
That's hard. So I think some people do that, and I think that's why it surprises me why some men do not think that they appreciate them.
I
That
agree.
that some men think that the black women don't appreciate them because they do a lot of that. They continuously do a lot of that struggling and helping and you know and sad thing is like you said some people do not remember themselves because you're just so engrossed in it but sometimes maybe that's even how they grew up too. They grew up helping or they grew up seeing their mom doing that.
Yes. That's true. It's generational. You
Mhm.
seen your mother and grandmother or aunts, aunties,
Mhm.
kind of stick it out for their man and, get frustrated but still stay. You know what I mean? When they just want to leave, but they just don't. They feel stuck. You know what I mean?
But I think we
Uh,
also gotta like
so
all men don't deserve that type of like commitment, love, appreciation, right? Like it's about vetting the person that you're trying to give this to. Just because they become a man doesn't mean they automatically get this from you, right?
Hmm.
And so yes, there are like women who can be more vulnerable, who can show all that appreciation, who can um, you know, do all those things for the men because they have great men.
Yeah, there's some really
And
good men
Hmm.
out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
there are some they have good men,
Yeah, I got
but
one.
some of them don't deserve it, and so you got to be careful because they will bleed you dry.
Hmm. It will lead you dry.
Hmm.
It's
Okay,
true.
yeah. Um, do some men confuse boundaries with attitude? Ooh, this is a good one.
Yes. People like, oh, why you got
It
all that
depends.
in your throat? Why you got all that in your neck? You know how they always confuse passion with attitude and stuff or whatever.
But like set of boundaries, I think it's the same thing. Like you're holding up your morals and your values, right? And so if you're
Hmm.
saying I'm not willing to bend on this because these are really important to me, then you're setting boundaries,
Mm.
right? Like I'm not going to sleep with this person because I want to save to marriage or I want to wait until we're in a committed relationship. You're setting boundaries because that's something that's really important to you.
That's true.
Is that an attitude?
No, it's getting your point across,
Yeah, I'm
letting
assertive
them
about
know.
it. Okay, that ain't happening.
Right.
I'm not gonna, sorry. So, you know, I think, one of the things I want to reflect because we're getting towards the end. Um, support doesn't mean silence. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, good. Love isn't proven through pain. Mm, 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 mm. Black women can be soft and powerful, respected and loved. Wow, it's almost like it isn't just black and white.
Hmm.
Mm. What do you guys think about that quote?
Sadly enough, though, some people who do support, it is silence for them because they want to be quiet and make sure that
Yeah.
they please their person, which is a sad thing. But I like that quote. Support doesn't mean silence. That's true. You can still support somebody and still have your voice. Uh, I like the part that says respected and loved because I know men love respect. So, but I agree that women want their love too as well with respect. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Mhm. Um.
So the affirmation, do we have
Okay.
our
Good affirmation for the day. Yes,
Go ahead,
I
go
am.
ahead.
I am not too much.
Uh-huh.
I am not too much. Oh,
Mm,
sorry.
I
Go ahead.
am
more than enough.
not too much.
I am more than enough
I am
I am more than enough.
I
for the
am
love. Oh, go
more
ahead. Abby, why are you taking forever? Just think, girl. Think. Just wait. You just holding us back, girl. She's waiting. Phew, this how you be in church?
supposed to support.
Hey, Lord, we're gonna try this over again. I mean, right? I
Okay.
am. I am not too much.
I am not too
I'm not too
much.
much.
Y'all definitely could be in a choir together. I am more than enough for the love I deserve.
I
I'm
am
more than
more than
enough.
enough for the love I deserve.
Oh my God. Never again. I'll never do that again.
We are. We got
It's
this.
okay. Just calm
We're
down.
good. We're good.
All
Uh,
right. Before ending, do you guys any last words?
women just go through a lot. That's my last word. You don't know what some women are doing when they're putting a smile on their face. When you see them somewhere, just because they're smiling doesn't mean they're really smiling. This week, unfortunately, this week's a situation happened with somebody. I don't want to say if it's a coworker or a friend or whoever, but for them to call me and say, "How much would it be for me to get life insurance and just drive away?"
Well, sounds like they're trying to.
So as
No.
in, you know,
Ooh, that sounds kind of scary. I hope you put into a
right,
crisis
like,
line.
just they were just joking about it, saying, "How much is it to get life insurance so that make sure my kids are okay?" people around me are okay, and I just get in a car and just drive.
Yeah, some of it that they
That's a
it's a
lot.
mental
You
health
don't,
crisis.
and you you don't know, what anyone's going through. So, and don't worry, Mary, I will I, I will make sure to let her know to go to a therapist. But no, for real though, you just don't know what people are going through when there's silence and quiet. So, that's my moment of reflection for tonight.
All right, what about you, Aisha?
I would say, I want our listeners to just reach out to us and share, some of your things that we had talked about tonight. Maybe you have some things you want to share, like, I held him down and he played me, or, you know, when you finally match the appreciation that they give you, and it's different. So I kind of want to hear what some of our listeners had to say about tonight's topic. And I am in prayer for your friend Abby, who, may feel that life has come to a point where they just want to give up. That's never good. It is definitely something, relatable, but you got to press on. Got to press on. And Mary is all about the mental health and the making sure that people don't lose it. So
All right,
please
there's a number down there,
reach out to the
988.
crisis line,
While we still
988
have
mental
it,
health.
because Donald Trump is pulling money from funding from 988. Just want to put that out
That's
there.
sad.
Okay.
That's
Mm-mm-mm.
another topic for another day.
Very much.
Yeah, but all right.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone
Oh,
showing up and watching our videos.
yes.
Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We enjoy having everyone here tonight. Can't wait to see your comments. And if you have any comments about other topics, things that you may have seen or had a discussion about with your friends and family, and you're like, can you guys talk about this? Let us know. That's right. We want to talk about it. We want to talk about what people are talking about.
And who knows, one of these lives, we never know. We might just bring a bunch of people up who are in the live with us, to give their opinion, not just chat. Never know.
You never know.
That's
We'll see. You
well, we
know.
will catch you at the next moment.
Bye.